Hello friends, it's me, Vivian from ThePaperLetterBlog, also known as the Chatty Penpal channel, and you're watching a new Penpal tutorial. I promise you're going to love this one. I think you're gonna want to make several. So first of all, as you could see on the screen, a big thank you to my patrons, and also a big thank you to everyone who watched my previous video and who left such kind comments. I will talk about that more in a second. This video will speed up in a second, but I'm first going to talk you through the essentials. For the easiest way to make this, because I made it too hard for myself, you only need a handful of supplies. Thicker paper or cardstock that you see in the bottom, craft paper for the outside. You need thinner paper, such as book pages that I'm showing you here for the pockets. And then you need a pencil, if you like, scissors, and glue. And then I'm using a fancy tool which works, but you really don't need it, and that is a die, a tag-shaped die that you saw just now, and I'm rolling that through a die cutting machine. You will see that in a second. You could also see at the beginning of this video that I'm crediting my idol, no I'm kidding, but a YouTuber I love following, and that is Seven Plaza, because I originally got the idea from Seven Plaza, from Margaret. She made a video last year and in her Mass Make March series, and it's so much fun. She actually has another way of making these, because she has a tag punch, a paper punch that punches out the top of a tag, which of course might be the easiest way to do that, but I don't have a tag punch, so I'm working with what I have. But if I'm gonna make this again, I probably will not use the die cutting way again, because scissors and a pencil or a ruler, or I don't know, would probably work even better. Or if you have a tag that you love the shape of, use that and trace it. I'll explain that in a second. So the first thing we are doing is we are creating the outside base. You don't even have to turn it into a tag if you don't want to, but we are basically creating a front cover, a back cover, and a spine, and that is all connected. So let's say that you want your pocket tag shape to be about 4 inches, I don't know, 3 inches, 5 inches, it doesn't really matter. You are going to need twice that paper size. So let's say we do 4 inches, you're going to need 8 inches. And then if you want to create the spine, you are going to want to add about 1/8 of an inch to that length. So that would be 8 and 1/8 of an inch. And then you're going to score it at 4 inches and score it again at 4 1/8, so that you have that outside cover. You could leave it like that. Absolutely fine. You're going to just create a cute accordion folder. That's fine, but we're actually going to turn it into a tag shape because we're fancy like that. The way I'm doing this is I have a tag-shaped die that you can see here. If I would do this again, I would actually probably trace it with a pencil and then cut it out by hand. But what I'm doing here is I'm layering the two pages, the front and the back. I'm layering that with the tag on top. And then I'm going to roll it through my die cutting machine until about 90%, so that we cut out the full tag, but not the bottom. Because if we cut out the bottom, of course, that would separate the two tags, but we want these two tags to be connected at the bottom. I'm just realizing now that there is another way you could make this. If you have two tags that are the same size and that you love, you could connect them with a little paper spine or a piece of washi tape, and then you would of course also have the same idea. This is the hardest part, honestly, because yeah, it's a little messy, and now I'm going to have to trim it. The reason why I wouldn't do this again is because my tag actually has these tiny stitch marks, and of course, because we didn't run it all the way through, the stitch marks end about 7/8 into the project, and I don't love that. And actually I think there is, like I said, easier ways to do this. But then again, this actually worked out so much better than I could have hoped. Now it only gets easier from here. The second step is we're going to collect our papers to turn into the pockets. I should have mentioned before, but of course it's important that you find paper that fits inside your tag, or you could also cut it to size. But I actually picked out my tag shape to fit these pages folded in half. So what you do for this is very simple. You grab one page or a piece of paper that you cut up to size, and then you fold it in on itself so that you create kind of a tunnel shape. You can also just fold it in half and glue it one side, but I don't like seeing the glue line, so I'm actually folding the left flap into the middle and then the right flap to meet in the middle and slightly overlapping so that I can glue them together. Of course, you do not want to stick your front and back of the page together. You want it to be, like you can see here, kind of like a tunnel shape, or you want it to be open in the middle. And then you fold it in half again once the glue has dried. And then you have your two pockets. Now, before we glue everything together, I'm going to ink the edges again. This is fancy. You don't have to do that at all. I just like the way it looks. And then we're going to connect these two together by gluing a strip of glue in down the middle line and then pressing them together. So strip of glue down the middle. You can do glue stick. It doesn't really matter. And then you have connected them. You, of course, don't have to put glue all the way at the bottom, because then it's not going to, I did that the first time, then it's not going to open all the way. Just a strip of glue down the middle. Don't glue the whole back, because then you cannot pull it out like an accordion anymore. You want it just connected to the other page by the middle part. You will see what I mean when I open it up fully. And then you're doing the same to connect it to the base, or to glue it into the base. You put a strip or a line of glue down the middle, and then you glue it in. It really is that simple. I am not closing it just yet because I thought it would be easier to decorate when it's still open like this. Pro tip, works really well. You have limited space to decorate, but you can of course decorate the back as well if you like. I forgot to mention, almost, but I promised you an easier way, and I would almost just forget to do that completely. But an easier way to do this, in my opinion, is to trace an existing tag. You can print one, you can grab one from your new clothing if it comes with a cute tag, a price tag. You can trace one that you've received in Penpal mail, it doesn't really matter. You can also draw one yourself. Make the same base as we did before with the front, the spine and the back, and then draw and cut your own tag top. That would actually save you so much time, in my personal opinion. But that's actually the easier way. In Seven Plaza's video, she has, like I said, a tag punch. So she just punches the paper and then it punches out a tag shape. Yeah, it's not, that's of course I think the easiest way, but if you don't have that like me, then you gotta work with what you have. But there are so many ways you could do this. You could also just punch a hole at the top, because we are going to put some string through it. That's a tongue twister, which is going to look really cute. You could also just use a hole punch, or you could use scissors, snip off a triangle on the left, snip off the same triangle on the right, and you would have a tag as well. There's so many ways you can do this. We would almost forget, with all of the fancy tools that we have nowadays, we would almost forget that we can do all of this by hand. You can make anything. I have this adorable Read More stamp, and I really wanted to use that, and I ended up taking it off. I really wanted it to work, but it just doesn't. I'm gonna stick it there, and then I get lost. Nothing works. Nothing looks good. I have somewhat of a vision with the girl sticker, and the tag, the label, I mean, but it doesn't work, and I hate it. So I get stuck. I return another day, I'm pretty sure. I just give up. That one stamp sticker throws the whole project off. Yeah. So we're just decorating. So now I can chat. What I was mentioning in the beginning, a big thank you, of course, to everyone who left kind words at my previous video, because I returned after a few months, a few weeks, I don't know how much time was I was gone, but I returned and I did a big life update, which was that I have a new diagnosis, which is PMDD. Explain more about it in the previous video. I'm not going to get into it again, but Basically, it explains why I am feeling like crap half of the time, mental health wise. But I got so much love after that video. I was really scared to share again. I'm realizing now that I made this project for Maria, and also my previous video, I also made a project for Maria. This is, again, another Patreon craft club swap. I was really nervous because it's a big thing to share something so personal. I don't know. I was really nervous, but people were so kind, and I got a lot of kind comments. And I went to my PO box the other day, and I even have a note in there, like a mail in there, but the note even mentions it, and it just feels so nice. You're all so kind. There, I take it off. You're all so kind. I really appreciate it. It just feels, I feel like myself again. Like, it's not like I've been keeping it a secret, but I just didn't know how to start talking about it. And I talk about mental health so often and about going back into therapy and all of that, but I had been radio silent about all of that for quite a while. And to get back into that was just a challenge. But it felt really good, and I feel like myself again, as mentioned. So, like I said, a big thank you to all of you. It has been a lot to try and figure out because, as mentioned, I'm also back in group therapy now. I've had my first month, and I'm absolutely exhausted. Like, it's really good. I think it's going to help me a lot, but at the same time, it's another 3 hours every week. I just don't have any mental energy left. Like, my brain is just full and empty at the same time. So that's also why I'm taking it slower with YouTube videos and crafting and all of that. I actually had not crafted in such a long time, but last night I started a project. It's next to me on my desk here. It's going to be so cute. It is in a vintage, you can hear it. There it is. It's going to be in a vintage botanical style. I already love it, even though it's nowhere near finished. And I just loved feeling crafty again. The downside is we're back in heat wave territory. So probably not a whole lot of crafting is going to happen the upcoming days. Now, I took off that stamp sticker, but I did love the idea of a stamp. So I'm going for an actual stamp. I have purchased this collector's album with stamps. No, it didn't come with stamps, or did it? I forgot. I purchased this album from an Instagram store called Oma Verkoopt. Old Made Awesome. Has a sales account. It's amazing, and it has my stamps color coordinated, sorted by color, which is perfect because I wanted something green and I could just go through my stash. It's amazing. And then I'm going to add this stamp that is an airmail stamp, like a marked off stamp, but it doesn't really show, which is annoying because I use Distress Oxide ink and it's just too soft. Like, the colors are not clear enough. So I'm rethinking my life choices here. I think I'm going back in with the black ink. Yeah, I am. So I made this in January. I sent it out as a craft club swap, and it was, honestly, it's such a small project, but it fits so many goodies, and it's so much fun to make. I did not show which goodies I included in this. Normally, sometimes I will include that in this video as well. I didn't for this one, but I have put the pictures that I take from my photo diary app at the end of this video. I get questions about this all the time, but whenever I send out mail, I take pictures of the goodies of the mail so that I can remember what I sent, and then I put that in a photo diary app so that I can see which mail I sent to what person on which date. I can also see if I have already sent a certain goodie to a certain pen pal. It is amazing. So the finishing touches, of course, it is a tag, so it needs some thread. I have that beautiful, I don't know what it is called, thread yarn, I don't know. And then I also added a golden eyelet just as a finishing touch. Again, you don't have to do that, I just think it was fun. So these are the goodies I included: washi tape samples, some die cuts made out of old book pages, lots of labels, some die cuts on the right, some pet tape. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!